watching from Belize. Thank you. That's so cool. Thank you.
And the police are just gonna take the report, man.
Ready to fight? Ready. Good.
All right, so here is Alistair Overeem. We'll see if we see those improvements in the footwork and the speed here early on in round one. Oh, he catches the leg there and then works it into a takedown. High-level mixed martial arts there.
Now he's going full mount.
Overeem.
That's right, Kid Christian.
I've never gotten that before. But
What if you get arrested over there?
see the
Shit, I'll go with it. Yeah. How are you? Police are here? Is that a Tesla? We're trespassed from there, so don't go in the freaking.
Ready. Let's do it.
All right, so here's Sirogan in terms of the speed and the footwork and the overall mixed martial arts acumen. This man is as good as it gets. Many believe he will eventually be an undisputed
ready to arrest
champion.
us, man.
And he's just getting going,
We're
right?
ready
It's
to
scary
arrest
to think how good he is, given that largely he is still a developing fighter and has only really been training full-time
Man,
MMA
remember
for
last
4 or
time they
5 years.
refused to take the video? Yeah, I remember.
Well, a few heavyweights move as well as the former interim champ Sirogan, and you see the footwork right away as this fight gets started.
Yeah, the footwork leads to the jabs. The guy does a great job of moving into you, and then he pops you. And then the moment you start to rush, he drops the big right hand on you. Sirogan is a hard puzzle to solve, especially as you go up in weight classes. Heavyweights don't move like Sirogan, and you can see that as we watch him right now.
So more output, at least in the early going. Wow, looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now. But he's got to start to protect it.
I mean, you got to be kidding me with that knockout. If that is not the #1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure what would top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
I got the video right here if you want it.
All right, Bruce Buffer is in there with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 42 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Surreal Bogomolka.
All right, so there he is, the man of the moment, celebrating one of the bigger knockout victories of his career. It's got to be nice sometimes with all the hard work that you guys put in when it goes down exactly the way you drew it up.
A lot of people talk about doing certain things. It's harder to deliver on those promises you make to the public. Tonight, he did exactly that. Congratulations.
They said we all are. And look who's here. Jessica.
Other guy walking.
Longer than I thought to stay here. Happens every night. What they did to me. I was so fucked up.
Ready. Ready. Do it.
All right, so here's Alexander Volkov. Early in this round, he told us in our fighter meeting that he believes he will have the striking advantage. He believes he can invest in those body kicks that should be there right up the middle, and that is going to be a weapon that Volkov tries to employ early on in this one.
Got tagged a couple times. Nice combo up top.
And the front kick is there. Nice job by Volkov. Timely defense there. Huge block for him.
He gets in a single collar tie. Look for him to now start to fight
uppercuts
up the middle.
Not physically.
Try to do damage to his opponent.
Oh, he dove and he lands. Wow. Oh, heavy shots raining down. Volkov getting absolutely worked here from the top. Let's see if there's an uptick in his urgency here as he tries to get back up. Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head like through the cameras.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
We cross the midpoint in round one.
Oh, he passes the half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Gon. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. As his opponent postures up, he opens it.
He's got him stacked. He's dropping big ground and pound. His opponent better move, or they're going to stop this fight.
All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the
This
feet.
is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling, and that's exactly what they got in that exchange.
Nice job keeping busy fighting off of his back. Elbows landing now.
passes to half. Oh, right into mouth.
Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground, Tony.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition. Great ground and pound by this man.
Oh, his ground and pound is on full display here tonight. Oh, big elbow. Pretty athletic off his back to avoid that strike from the top. Volkov gets touched, and once again, it's that elbow. That has been there all night. Defense has got to be better. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Round two straight ahead. All
right, take a seat. Listen, dude, you're losing this fight. You need to wake up. Let's go out there and let's make this a fight. Let's get in that guy's face. Let's be aggressive.
All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
Ashton.
Ready to fight? Ready.
That's his
All right,
name?
second round underway.
Which one?
He's got the single collar tie.
Oh, big elbow.
But is it true?
Punches in bunches as he lands a picture-perfect shot there, DC, and one more of those, he might be out.
I mean, the fight is going to be over. I can't believe he's still standing. That shot landed perfect.
And he comes through with a big knee.
Oh!
Oh, big elbows.
You're always updated too.
All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut has opened up.
All right, now a little separation between the two fighters. All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
Khan's able to protect the eye there with that block. Nice job with his fight awareness there to raise the guard.
Oh, there you go. Stop it right there.
I'm pretty sure
All
they're
right,
in this
feet on the
one.
hips here.
He's going after that cut over and over again, and every time he lands, the cut gets worse.
Like that.
Ooh, elbow from the bottom lands to the head.
Yep, got to be very careful there. And look at him attacking the arm triangle on the other side. He's going to lock him down, try to pass all the way across his body. Once he gets across, he's bridging.
Oh, no way, he got out.
He was able to create enough space to get his chest back flat on the mat and defend that arm triangle. Unbelievable.
How about the speed on that reversal there? I mean, I know you can get out of some bad spots, but not with that type of speed.
You cannot allow him to get leverage on the bottom. What a sweep. Nice defense.
Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground.
Gotta be careful, armbar.
Ooh, arms in tight. Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon, and it showed in that defense. All these actions, these big actions, got to wear on the gas tank of both guys.
20 seconds left. All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles.
Volkov's now dealing with a cheek cut. All right, back to the stools now, and he is no longer the hit. All right, so the cut man attends to the fighter who has essentially been rendered a one-on.
Was there a dent on the car?
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Somehow his opponent stayed up.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up that much.
God's cut has really opened up now. That blood is flowing. Didn't necessarily wake up thinking he was going to be donating blood today. He has donated a whole lot of it. All right, we'll see how he chooses to defend here.
Was that really the table?
Here and a lot of offensive options.
Was that really the table?
Oh, he's got a ton of options. He has submission options, but I believe the safest option for him here is going to be to use his ground and pound. Build a base, posture up, throw big strikes, get back to position.
Big shots landed by him. Huge elbow there.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Well, he rocked him, but couldn't finish him.
He rocked him, he hurt him bad. He couldn't find that one shot to close the door. He could not shut the lights off. And now, he's tasked with trying to find that shot again.
Volkov's kick is blocked. Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this stage of the fight.
Yeah, both guys are compromised. Both guys have been beat up. Both guys have done a great job of landing, recognizing what they wanted to get done, and it's showing. This is a very evenly matched fight.
Oh, swept the leg beautifully to get the takedown.
Mr. Miyagi will be very, very proud of that sweep. Great job getting into your position and finding that beautiful takedown.
Oh, great ground strike there, and now blood is a factor. Just over 2 minutes to go in our third and final round. All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You got to be careful. Posture's up now. Oh, and delivers. Huge punch to the head there. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Well, this is getting hard to watch, and sometimes you hear us say a fighter is too tough for their own good. Anybody want to save this athlete?
Yeah, this is a classic case of that, where a guy is just too tough. He's not going to win this fight.
Scotty after
he may as well
get
throw in the towel. I mean, this corner can stop it, the referee can stop it, the doctor can stop it. Somebody needs to do something because this fight is over.
All right, so he finally gets the takedown here. He kept on trying, stayed committed. He told us before the fight, at some point, I'm going to be able to take him down, and that's exactly the way it played out. There's the single leg. Right down. Final seconds of the fight. And there's the elbow from the top. They go the 15-minute distance. What a fight. The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is considered a split draw.
Well, as you articulated throughout the broadcast, both men should be happy with their performances here tonight. Perhaps not that thrilled with the result. It's a draw.
Well, you want to win. As a fighter, you want to win, especially when you had moments. There were many moments in this fight where these guys were just so even, though, that the draw, being the decision, doesn't really leave me disappointed.
All right, the consensus greatest heavyweight of all time, Stipe Miocic, back in there tonight, and probably happy to be looking at someone that isn't Francis Ngannou or Daniel Cormier as he draws the credentialed Ciryl Gane.
Yeah, but you're looking at Ciryl Gane, right? So you're happy not to see those guys, but you're looking at an absolute beast of a man in Ciryl Gane. But Stipe Miocic, the greatest UFC heavyweight of all time, has ultimate belief and ultimate confidence that he can get the job done tonight.
All right, leg kicks are the weapon of choice early for this kickboxer. No surprise that he would try to attack that lead limb of the boxer, who all of a sudden has to make some adjustments, and we're just getting started.
Well, he's got to beat that lead leg up. He's got to limit the mobility of the boxer by kicking that leg over and over again. He did it early. Let's see if the boxer can start to pick up on it and try to check that kick so that he doesn't get beat down and be very limited in his approach. That is a damaging kick.
I knew it would be bad.
Oh, how good was that combo? He is really doing a nice job stringing his shots together now. Oh, beautiful boxing there from Stipe Miocic, former UFC heavyweight champion. Marcus Marinelli really feels like he has taken his striking to the next level. Oh, he keeps attacking that left eye. Now it's starting to close.
Oh, my goodness. Massive shot lands. It's over, John. Nice done.
Now goes in and draws the takedown. Going for a choke here. This could be tough. That guillotine is tight. Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get soft.
All right, right into side control. Upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to look for his opponent to turn back into him. He should chase guillotine, but the opponent turns to the opposite side. He can take his back or his hooks in, try to choke or flatten him out. Just go for the finish.
Gane's got him in a crucifix. Gonna work from the top now. He's having his way with him here. Good, solid strike on the ground. Big strikes continue to land. Working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
Oh, nice.
Ciryl Gane gets back up again. Nicely done. Well, he's doing a nice job here blocking these shots. The chin is tucked, the hands are high. Pretty good job defensively this one. Great. Gonna try to take his opponent back here, and he does.
He's got that arm triangle. Watch him pass to the opposite side. It looks real tight. He'll drop his weight to try to finish his technique.
Oh, under the chin here. Could be the end. Yeah, Page and Alexio Lennox. Somehow he got out, though.
Great job clearing the hips, facing, and getting out of that Ezekiel choke attempt.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of
leave it a little bit.
DC. Got to talk about that knockdown.
What a fantastic round. He was able to set up a great shot, got the knockdown. You have to be feeling good as he walks back to the corner.
It's protesting. I guess it is. I guess it
after
is.
That round, we had a knockout courtesy of a punch midway through. DC, here's your highlight.
It was straight. He threw him in combination and landed that big punch that really did hurt his opponent. Lesser men would have been done. He's got a tough guy in front of him. He will have to go back to this again. He will have to get back to this action if he wants to get the desired finish.
Ready.
All right, round two. Effective use of the jab there by Ciryl Gane.
Oh, big elbow.
Shot finds the target there.
Great shot lands. Now he's got to go find that follow-up attempt. The kill shot is what they call it to go and end the fight.
Lands a big elbow there. Back to his feet. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now. I know the crowd thinks it's funny when this happens, but if you're the bottom fighter, nothing funny about it.
It's not funny.
Yeah, they took him
It's
home.
not a fun position to be in fighting. You got to try and change it immediately because you are carrying someone's weight.
Well, he's on his back now, going for the rear naked choke. We'll see if he can get under the chin. Oh, looks like he might get the finish here.
This has to be it, John. It's got to be it.
Ciryl Gane
goodness, what a fight.
Well, everybody in this arena still digesting this result. What a win for him tonight, and he gets it done by submission, no less.
He said he was going to get the
All right, man.
You watching after he called the shot.
I'm still heated from that shit, I'll be honest, man. But I think I have the best angles left.
Yeah, no, he did good.
I submission tonight, champ.
He was able to get the fight to the ground exactly where he wanted it. Eventually, his opponent gave him an opportunity to get a submission. He did that, and he should be very proud of the work he did tonight in the octagon.
All right, let's get it inside to Bruce Buffer. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 40 seconds of round number 2.
Of submission. He certainly put a lot of stock into getting the finish tonight, and he did just that. Congratulations.
It was a very tough fight, but he knew that if he did everything right, he can get to his position, which is the ground, and he would be able to find a finish by submission tonight. He did just that.
Part of the reason why I want to meet Tom is because it's one of the few people I'm taller than.
He just said one of the reasons because he's
frantically walking towards the next shady spot.
model walk up. Yeah, I gotta do a little catwalk down. We are happy. We have been having everybody that just went. Thanks to Aaron for having us over. Enjoyed it.
My pleasure. I'm
Host.
sure people are wondering, where's all the videos they promised? And it's like, when you're just relaxing and chilling in the sun, the last thing you want to do is bust out a camera.
Well, it's hard to do what you're doing when you're always filming.
Yeah.
Yes, it's hard to give each other attention. There's always a camera in everyone's face too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is as well, like, this is the first time most of us have met up together, and I think it's been really great to actually just get to sit down, talk to each other, like get to know each other without everything being like
Exactly.
Live stream, whatever. But we're gonna have a little sit down chat later on, potentially.
Hey, you know what we could do as well while we're here? This has got to be one of the most beautiful libraries on the water in the U.S. And maybe we just pop in and show the view of the library from the top floor. It's a public building, so we can live stream.
Where we're allowed to go inside.
Yeah.
Finally.
It's air conditioned, so I love it.
Let's say we weren't entities, right?
Yeah.
Let's say we were just tourists.
Yes.
And we wanted to go into one of these buildings down this big long street. Would we be able to or no?
Yes.
Well, there have been a lot of seminal UFC moments inside the world's most famous arena. We are back in Madison Square Garden tonight, Jimmy.
Who gets that shining moment in the world's greatest arena? I experienced it. I know how it feels to walk out of that octagon.
What religion does that?
Will you get that moment tonight? Nice kick. Trading huge shots. Let's see who's going to be the last man standing. Oh, nice hook.
Man, no feeling out process whatsoever. These strikers are getting after it early.
They don't like each other, and they are trying to get the opponent out of there right away. Oh, big elbow.
Oh, nice job by him there to slip that off. Catches the leg here, now goes for the takedown. It's there.
There it is.
When we go in this building, guys, we might get some buffering or whatever, but I'm just going to ride it through. I'm pretty sure the stream won't disconnect, even if we get in the elevator.
Very active off of his back.
Hang in there with us if it freezes at all.
Volkov gets up, he is back on the feet. Looked like he was in a submissive state on the ground, but he worked hard there to get back to the feet.
He's back in the clinch. How do you proceed from here?
Oh, now lands a kick to the body. Oh, and so now he lands another combination, so it's never just one shot. There's always 2 or 3 coming behind.
A lot of times people throw singular strikes. Not this gentleman. This man is stringing 4, 5, 6 in a row. What a great job.
Big elbow there, Reynolds. All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to
He landed it perfectly. Perfect place. Perfect position. What a huge blow in a big moment in this fight.
Oh, with authority, the body. Well, that is a high-amplitude takedown right there, and it comes right after he caught the leg. So, back to his wheelhouse.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Massive left hand.
You know what? Let's just take the stairs. Why not?
I'm no... Oh, massive diving punch flush to the head. Volkov's in half guard. Making all these shots count. All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Ground and pound strike there now. In the books. All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So potentially a big factor here, ladies and gentlemen. The cut on the cheek sustained in that round. Certainly better to be below than above the eye, but the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up.
This isn't even the top.
All right, so there's the end of the round, and on one side.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round 2.
Oh, my goodness, what a kick.
Another blistering combination there, really starting to do a nice job stringing the shots together.
And you can see the damage in his opponent's body, his face, his body, his legs. He's beating him up on all the targets. It's not one guy just headhunting. He is finding every opening that he's This might be the biggest shot of this entire fight. He lands a massive hook to put his opponent on wobbly legs.
A big right hand lands. Well, no denying the durability on the other side, but at this point, you just got to find that kill shot and get him out of there.
A lot of times that comes with reps, that comes with taking your time. You get excited, and you want to finish with you stick it right there, but at times you just overswing and you miss a lot.
Well, as my favorite rap group Onyx would say, stick and move, right? Beautiful slip off the center line there.
Yeah, what a great job of moving his head. It doesn't take much.
Well, no feeling out process tonight. Both fighters invoking damage on the other DC.
Yes, we knew this would be.
I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job.
And back to his feet. And we have passed the midpoint of the fight.
Great commitment to the kick.
Pretty sad that you gotta turn your Cronus on, bro. You fucking phony, son. Fuck's the matter with you, bitch?
Beautiful kick there by Alexander Volkov, longtime rep of Strela team there in Moscow, and inching closer to heavyweight contention. Nice job by him. This could be it. Oh, continuing to attack.
Fucking phony. Go pay fucking more strike pack money, you fucking bitch. Fucking 90% of these fuckboys fucking need Cronus to even partially get a fucking win on this game. It is absurd, man.
That is actually Island Estates, still part of Clearwater. So that causeway right there is going out to the beach. And as you're going to the causeway, there's a right-hand turn that just gets, that's the only way to access that community. Is either by water or through the causeway.
Is there causeway on
Yep. That's right. Now there's a whole other causeway on the south end of the beach. That is. Yeah, there's another causeway way south.
Ready.
Well, Tommy Aspinall's fans travel well as we get to some early action here. A lot of people believe that this is the future of the heavyweight division. Arguably the best submission artist in.
Wow.
That's a hip toss now.
No, but there's the San P Bridge connects Clearwater Beach to San P Beach. The Bel Air, there's a Bel Air causeway that connects the mainland to the beach.
Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Nicely done here in the early going with the takedown. Both fighters get up now. Oh, man, I'm starting to feel bad for the canvas as he lands another takedown there.
He landed another takedown, and he's doing it over and over again. What I am a massive fan of is his cardio. The ability to be able to keep this pace over and over as he hits these takedown attempts. Strong reversal there.
Back to his feet.
And all of the audio
Another takedown land.
And you see that kind of apartment building behind the same place? That's the same.
All right, opens the guard, now stacked guard. All right, so we'll see if he goes for another takedown here, and it's the way he's approaching the setup, too, that I think you've liked so far.
I love it, man. I love how he's throwing the left hook and almost pulling himself into his shot. Punch goes, as the opponent's hands go up, he drives himself into the guy to try and secure a takedown. Truly, truly high-level striking mixed with unbelievable wrestling.
All right, so a good job defensively by him here as he raises the guard and prevents any damage.
Shades of James Toney. Always seeing things coming at him. He's such a great defensive fighter.
Lands to the body there.
He's got to start kicking the body, kicking the head. He's just got to start kicking.
Oh, that'll earn you a headache in the morning. Massive uppercut. Lands to the body there. Pretty good position here with the single collar in the clinch. Elbow blocked by Aspinall. Oh, nice straight. That'll work. Aspinall's cheek looks like it's cut here, starting to bleed a little bit now. All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round.
Nasty high kick. How is he still standing?
30 seconds now to go in the round. Oh, big damaging knees here to the body. Back and forth we go. Oh, another huge knee. Oh, the roundhouse kick lands. Aspinall's eye starting to swell now. Horns out for the end of round one.
That's a security guard, Dave.
All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up.
It's lunchtime.
All right,
There's
so
no
there's the horn at the end of the
for
round. Multiple takedowns landed for him over the previous 5
So they've
minutes.
got to go
And you
over
know
the
what,
flag.
John? Even more importantly, look at the opponent now.
Yeah, but
He's
the seal
afraid
ring
to
allowed
pull
to
the
eat there.
trigger because he's been taken down so many times. Getting taken down is one thing, but having it happen to you continuously really does make you gun shy. And right now, he's very tentative to let his offense go because of the fear of getting taken down back to the mat again.
Ready.
Round 2 underway.
Yeah, now the soul in this
All
one.
right, next round is now underway. Hopefully the action continues at a high level. Pretty good first 5 minutes.
Pretty good first 5 minutes. Both of them can really pick it up. Let's see who decides they're going to lead the dance as we go forward.
Look to the head there by Aspinall. You know, I got to tell you, I'm not sure that his face could be much more swollen at this point in time. You got to raise that guard.
You got to get the high guard. I mean, at this point, John, you got to forget everything else. And get the guard up high, keep the elbows in tight, and try to make sure that nothing lands clean on your face. Because every time, you're going to just get more and more swollen.
Caught by the straight punch. Clipped him with the right hand there.
But it was off.
I mean, he can't miss with that left hand.
Yeah.
So pretty good recovery by the opponent after getting stunned pretty good. He's got to capitalize on those opportunities.
I mean, you can't waste these opportunities.
They sent them on some route so that we can't see them. They sent them through the trees. It's insane.
With that beautiful overhand, great punch.
Back to the feet.
They're watching the live stream.
Oh, big knee to the body. How many knees can one man take? Aspinall's cut.
They're going at it here. Huge shots landing on both sides.
Got him in a crucifix now, going to go to work from the top.
Big ground and pound.
They're literally
nice
sending
of
them
elbows. I'm
behind the
surprised
trees
that
so
didn't
that
cut
the
him open.
streams can't see them. It's insane.
Looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively,
Oh my God,
you
they're
better
still
be careful.
adjusting their walking
Back to the
now.
stand-up now, both fighters
Look,
upright.
they're running now. They're running.
Gons, hook shot.
Oh my God.
It's a big knee.
Yeah.
Aspinall's in half guard now. All right, so from being dominated to in the dominant position. Nice reversal on the ground. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. And he will let his opponent stand up here. 15 seconds remain in the round.
Not this way.
10 minutes in the books.
They're just going to go straight there.
All right, the round is over. Gut check time for him now. You see the cut on his cheek has gotten really, really bad. And even though it's not affecting his vision, if it gets any worse, the doctor will be called in. And I can assure you, he's going to have no choice but to stop this fight. All right, let us show you all that was done in terms of the damage in that previous round. He has got a huge gash on his cheek.
I mean, there was that shot right there. That one landed and opened him up. What a nasty combination thrown by his opponent. But this cut now is another issue to deal with. He's got one of the best fighters in front of him, and he's dealing with this cut on the cheek.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Well, an appreciative capacity crowd on its feet as this next round gets underway. That previous round, I mean, get the bonus checks ready. That was insane.
It's done. These guys are taking home with $50,000. They laid it all on the line. They dropped a quarter in the middle of the octagon, and they said, let's go. What a round.
Aspinall's cut has really opened up now, folks. I don't necessarily have to tell you that watching at home. Looks like you can stick a huge connection here. DC, he is hurt.
Massive good lands, and his opponent.
Okay, so look, what we're doing right now, this is a perfect example of why Scientology
back to his feet.
All of the property, not only on the property, around, so they can control anyone and everyone.
All right, pausing the action here, and if you're the referee, you had to do it, right? The cut on the cheek, not in a terrible place, but a whole lot of blood coming down.
Right, those buildings, there's not even real Scientology happening in these people. They're just there as a buffer. That's why Miscavige doesn't care if they're usually there to accomplish.
Yeah, that'll do it. I don't need to see the teeth through the side of his face. That's going to be the end of the fight, and athlete will live to fight again, but certainly a disappointing conclusion to this one. All right, let us take a look back at some of the replays, DC. We're going to see a lot of strikes landing, and all of them really in that same spot.
Same spot. Just once he got him hurt, once
security.
he saw
Security
that he
and
created that cut, he went to it over and over again. The moment that the referee said, hey, let
me
bring in the doc, let me stop the action for a second, you knew the writing was on the wall. And the fight got stopped as we expected it to.
Yeah, the doc's like, dude, your cheek's wide open. Go get stitched up
and
and fight again.
We
send it inside now to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
I wonder if the security guard,
ladies and gentlemen,
the
doctor has called a stop to this fight. Declaring the winner by TKO.
Putting money in our pocket to do these videos. That's right.
What a moment, what a result. You got to think they're going to be talking about this one for weeks to come. He knew he was going to be able to test that chin on an opponent that hadn't really shown us much in terms of glaring weaknesses. All hail the kickboxer tonight.
I mean, all hail the king. This guy goes out there and he implements his game plan to a T. Range management, distance, quickness. He did everything right in order to win this fight. But not only was winning going to be enough, he needed to make a statement. And what a statement made by getting this stoppage.
Oh, so she's still in the building. So let's stay in the building as long as we can. All right, here. You want to ask me any random chat questions about anything while we're chilling? No pressure.
Let's talk about the play.
Yeah.
How long have you
Seems like it's only been a few months.
been creating videos?
It's probably 7 or 8 years when I first started the channel. And it was just interviewing people, which I want to do a lot more of. I want to get back to doing a lot more interviews. And then I started doing like just subjects. Subjects were trying to think of an example. Oh, what do serial members do all day is a question that comes up in the chat all the time. What do you do all day?
What do they do?
Well, they do exactly. Scientology has the same functions as like a business. It's got its recruitment, it's got its sales, it's got its accounting, it's got its operations, quality control, its business development, and yeah, you got to man all those jobs. But so I did a video. What do CR members do all day? And that's the second type of video. So first it was interview videos, then it was just doing videos to answer the most common questions, and then it became later on like current events, what's in the news, and then it became that's what I continued on with. But so the purpose was let's talk to people. Let's talk to people and interview people.
All right, here we go with round one. Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, is ready to go. He's worked very hard on his conditioning. He's fought a lot of 5-rounders in the UFC. Don't let the frame fool you. This is a guy who has the stamina to sustain into the championship rounds if we need to go there. All right, so a big early land by the boxer. He put a lot of steam on that one as he's able to get that hook home, DC.
He lands it perfect. I mean, he throws it perfect. Right hand is always where it needs to be. The biggest shot that he's landed all night. A massive uppercut land.
Just for this sport, its own mistake.
All right, so he's landed a few big uppercuts already. In DC, I know you're in the prediction business. You think he's going to set it up again?
I am certain he's going to try and set that up again. Expect it to come off of a left hook, because off the left hook, don't anticipate the next punch coming right up the middle.
I think so. I wouldn't even say, like, I wouldn't even say it's
oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there.
And I think the chaos is
they're certainly getting after it early.
Group on any subject.
Oh, that is a huge takedown there, and he gets it right after catching the leg. So beautiful instincts and an even better power move to get the takedown. And now let's see what he can do with it. All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Well, as long as you have the biggest, channel, people are going to feel it. And again, that's kind of like whoever has the biggest channel.
He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
Pretty good series of knees by him there, DC. He told us on Thursday he felt like they would be there. They have been there.
They have been there. Oh, no!
I think
right hand.
I mean, you know what I mean? There are
2
no
minutes
rules.
to go in a back and forth first round here.
Whatever works will work, and whatever doesn't.
All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body starting to.
Because more people are doing it,
yeah, a
the
lot of
more
strikes to the body. It mixes up the attack, not being one-dimensional, not headhunting inside the octagon.
Actually know that person.
I
more
think
I'm not sure his opponent knows where he is.
No, he is on Beat Street right now. He's seeing the Tweety Bird over the top of his head. When you take a hook like that, you are on wobbly legs.
Big knee.
So you mean if someone...
All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had a stunning nearly finished, and now his opponent has it.
His opponent recovered. Now he's got to deal with everything that he's going to bring at him. He should have got the fight finished at that time.
And they were
starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another
to
strike.
whatever degree they wanted to.
All right, so he catches the kick there.
If they were using it
correctly. So a nice job turning that defense into some immediate offense. Big knee there. Oh, saved by the bell. The round is over. He got stunned by a massive shot just before the end of the round. So now he goes back to the stool, wobbly a little bit. We'll see. All right, there's the end of the round. So it was a huge strike to the head that stunned his opponent and nearly got him out of there.
Yeah, that was a big moment. A big strike lands. His opponent's on wobbly legs. That is exactly what you want to see as you're walking back to your stool. Your opponent staggering back to his corner and being hopeful that he can get it back together before the start of the next round.
The shield that they have up. No idea.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 here. Oh, a nice straight there.
She's outside, Tony?
Oh, nice combination there. He is just killing
she's outside. Let's go get her.
Jab, right hand, body shot, kicks. What a masterful show of different techniques and ability to throw in combination.
Oh,
let's go find that.
Right to the bottom.
Totally ditched us.
Big strike lands.
Big strike
Can I see the stream?
Now he looks to try to chase down that finish.
Oh, yeah. She's over there.
Right side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of
tricks
up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Like beneficial, like just being real. Like beneficial to them as Seared members. Like, so they're just given so much propaganda about how anyone who attacks them is like against people getting better, and they've fallen for the black people.
What up, Cronus boy? What up, Cronus boy? What up, Cronus boy? Oh, Cronus boy. What happened, Cronus boy? What happened, boy? You got a cheek to get a win, bitch? What happened, bitch?
I'm out here more to show people.
Why are you such a fucking loser in life, dog? You're such a loser in life, you gotta fucking cheat to win on a video game, bruh. You a fucking nerd, son. What you gonna do, bitch? Fuck you gonna do, bitch? You fucking cheating ass nerd, bro. You know you ain't got that fucking sort of top control with fucking Derek Lewis, you little Cronus strike pack fucking nerd bitch, dude. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you fucking nerd. Yeah, I'm talking to you, you fucking nerd. You hear me, bitch? Fuck you gonna do about it? You fucking cheating fuck, dude.
Well, this is not football. Targeting is legal, and he is
So,
going
in
at
their
that
opinion,
puck,
that
which
would be
is getting
granting
worse.
You fucking loser, bad. You're a fucking loser, bad.
Scum
You hear
on
me?
the bottom of their shoe. Why would they
You're
not
the fucking scum on the bottom of my shoe, bitch. You hear me? That's what you are to me, bitch. What happened? You turned your Cronus off? What happened, bitch? Why'd you turn your Cronus off, bitch? What happened, bitch?
Final seconds here of round 2. Oh, nice shot there. Takedown landed by Gunn.
In a very close round, a takedown.
Why you turn your Cronus off, you fucking nerd? Keep it on. I'm live streaming this shit. I want everyone to see how much of a fucking bitch you are, dude.
I love how they have named. Tell me that's not a towing company owned by a Scientologist. Creations Towing.
With the success that he had and not push too hard too early, trying to find the finish.
The bus is literally backing up.
As the knockdown came.
Did you ever encounter protesters when you were in the field, Aaron?
On you fucking cheating fuck. Pussy.
When I was here at Flag for a few years, I was not
talking to you, fucking cheating fuck.
Yes, there were protests.
I'm talking to you. Look at that. Cronus. That was Cronus right there.
It's just such a show. It's just
Cronus.
such a mental shut off.
You're such a fucking cheat, bud.
They're literally trying to cover their ears.
Get legit, bud. Get legit. Go play fucking Mario Kart, dude. Something you might actually fucking be good at, dude. You fucking cheating fucking phony.
Did you look it up online? God forbid you did, right?
Fucking phony, dude.
The only time when I was in Scientology that I ever...
We'll see if he tries to change levels here. Trips his opponent with the ankle pick.
Actually,
You're trying to... Dude, you're a fucking cheat, bud.
And people were going around.
Why are you taunting when you're a fucking cheat?
But I didn't know that's what
You're a fucking cheat, dude. Don't taunt when you're a fucking cheat. You pay a monthly fee for fucking Corona Zen strike packs to get a fucking win on a fucking video game, dude. You're the fucking biggest loser fucking that I've seen all morning. You heard? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. The fucking phony bitch.
Yeah, little dude.
Fucking bitch, dude.
They're the ones who knew more about Scientology than I did. You know?
Well, DC kind of just playing with him at this point, right? You think he's got to go in and just...
What happened, bud? What happened?
But he gets a little bit anxious, so he starts to throw a lot of punches.
Come on, you little cheating fuck. Come on. Come on, little cheat boy. Come on, little cheat boy. Come on, little cheat boy. Little cheat boy, little cheat boy. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. You can do it, little boy. Come on, little boy. Come on, little boy. Come on, little boy. What you gonna do, little boy? What you gonna do to a little boy? What you gonna do, little boy? Come on, little boy. Come on. Come on. Come on, fight me, bitch. Fight me, bitch. Fight me, bitch. Fight me. Fucking cheating bitch, dude. Come on, you fucking phony. You fucking phony, dude. I'm gonna fucking teabag your mother tonight, dude. You fucking bitch. Yeah, you. Yeah. I'm gonna teabag your mother. What you gonna do about it? What the fuck you gonna do about it, bitch? I don't care if she's in the grave or not.
Alright, so he's setting up for submission here.
Come on, phony boy. Come on, phony boy. Come on. Come on, phony boy.
Just a regular, everyday.
not on staff, and it was when Anonymous was protesting, and the director of special affairs at my org was all like, can you go follow them and get the license plate? And I was like, no, hard pass. I don't follow.
No.
People follow me.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
That should be your tagline.
Oh my God.
I don't follow.
I don't follow Scientology.
I am the one who knocks.
The knocker.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds,
That's Aaron's new SP name, the knocker.
all 3 judges
No.
score this contest.
Might catch on.
Unanimous decision.
I hope he doesn't.
Oh, safe travel! Happy space travelers!
Lori has to be so thrilled that you've taken her catchphrase.
I love it. I love it when she says it. That's why I try to do it like she does. Like, nobody can do it like Lori can.
What's the phrase? What is it? Safe travels.
Safe journeys. Happy space travelers.
Happy space travelers. Okay.
Should we hit the FH quick and call it a day?
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, use your mic.
We were at the Fort Harrison 2 days ago, where we deployed chalk tech, which went down really well.
We're done here. Carry on.
I think watching Jenna draw that giant middle finger on the ground was
Get
my
back to the
favourite thing
culting.
ever.
We're leaving.
Let's identify the next patch of shade that I will sprint to.
Ah, that's right. Let's see. I think you can make it.
All right, I'm going across the street there.
Oh, kitty corner.
Okay. Well, I'll do it this way.
Protesting the cult. Which one?
He rolled his window up.
Oh, did he?
Oh, must be a Scientologist. I would have walked slower.
Up a very shady situation that happened in Australia where Jan Eastgate, the head woman of the so-called Citizen Commissions of Human Rights, I mean, these people do have those names in their titles, and with a straight face they pitch other that. But Miss Eastgate was accused of standard operating procedure of what happens in Scientology hotels and commercial buildings, which is to coach children on, including but not limited to, lying to the police, on, including but not limited to, blaming themselves. Because Scientology has very special technology where, believe it or not, if a child is essayed, it is going to be twisted, turned, and fully ensnared right back to that child. In what world can all Scientology parents stand there with a straight face, pretending and purporting that they really want to save our world, while coaching one-on-one underage kids to blame themselves for being, including but not limited to, SA? I mean, if the urgency of this matter doesn't strike anyone else, then I don't know what we could possibly do. We're talking standard operating procedure. Jen Eastgate got caught doing what every MAA, so-called ethics officer. Imagine that's why we have literal Marty Rathbun on the thumbnail, because he was the Deputy Inspector General of Ethics, you guys. He was in charge of all the ethics officers. Top tier of the pyramid scheme, Marty Rathbun, in charge of all ethics. So I thought it's important to truly start contextualizing this, because it needs to be. Scientologist John Eastgate arrested in Child S controversy. So let's take a look at this and react.
The Church of Scientology is in damage control tonight after the arrest in Australia of one of its most senior leaders.
So, in damage control, all right? They were in damage control because Jan Eastgate, one of its senior leaders, we all knew Jan Eastgate, you guys. CCHR was one of the BS so-called missions of Scientology to really end all these abuses, a front group that they used so that they could demonize all psychiatrists, all therapists, all mandated reporters. Scientologists are highly allergic to mandated reporters. Imagine that the children that end up inside of these hotels end up being cut off effectively from having any shred of mandated reporter anywhere in their lives.
Tom Cruise and John Travolta are just two of the thousands who have signed up to her cause. Brian Seymour has this exclusive report.
She is one of Scientology's top global leaders, part of the inner circle, a confidant to its top stars. Now we can reveal she has been accused of covering up child sex abuse.
So, a confidant. I think this is the perfect time to actually bring up your question, Paris, because can you explain what ethics officer or ethics means in COS? I believe it has different contexts in outside world than what it means in COS. So, it's basically their ethics confidant. It's the person that all Scientology people go to confide in anything that they have done, which is, including but not limited to, any type of breaking of the law. So, Scientology pretty much rebrands anything related to law, anything related to breaking rules, is all just under this euphemism blanket of ethics. And that's how they get away with literally practicing law without a license, because they're in there, first of all, asking, straight up asking, as I told you so many times, you guys, when you're asking questions, including but not limited to, have you committed any felony for which you have not been arrested? What type of religious, spiritual question is that, IRS commissioner? Because we would love to understand why children inside of a hotel get told to ask those questions of adults. And yes, when you get the information of the felony that the adult is self-admitting on himself against his Fifth Amendment right, it doesn't matter. You are not allowed to have a single shred of secret from L. Ron Hubbard or his proteges. So the ethics people are the ones that end up being the confidants of all the people that are paying for ethics, paying for audit, paying for courses. These people are paying for something. They're paying for a service. So ethics, the service of ethics is something that they sell you inside of that hotel. So it has nothing to do with ethics. In fact, it's literally the euphemism of the universe, because again, you guys, everything is rebranded inside of the hotel to create a complete and utter delusional land of hotel where, yes, people are admitting to the felonies and then getting it laundered through so-called ethics officers who sit there and listen, who sit there and interrogate and ask highly explicit questions. Just remember that if the ethics officer doesn't find out that you committed a felony for which you have not been arrested, then all of a sudden, gets their head put on a pike. And those ethics officers are including but not limited to minors. There was Bryn Panetta, there was Lily Brown, there was Tamara Steinig, there was Chrissy Barcenas, Alfonso Barcenas, 5 there that I just named, all minors, all started below the age of 16. So I just named 5 names that just thought of at the top of my head. 5 ethics officers, all of them minors, all of them presiding over adults that pay to tell children if they have committed a felony for which they have not been arrested, that pay to have a child sit there and listen to that felony, write it all down, video record it, and send it to, the people at OSA to make sure that, it can all be floated away or given a program to donate this and donate that, and all of a sudden they've made up the damage. So the ethics officers are the people that are in this entire laundering operation, who are in the literal business of practicing law without a license. These are children that have not a shred of a clue what in the hell they're doing. They're just doing whatever they've been told to do. And they have no sense of right or wrong. We have no idea. These people acted like everything was so great, everything was so legal. And yes, we do have a technology that's really going to save our world, because, what this woman is being accused of, literally, is what they're all doing. All of them are doing it.
Right here in Australia.
You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do.
Tom Cruise learnt his history of psychiatry from Jan Eastgate. Last Thursday, she was in Sydney. 2 detectives arrested and charged her with pervert the course of justice. Her passport was surrendered and she was released on bail. So, who is Jan Eastgate, and what are the allegations that led to her being arrested and charged? Jan Eastgate is the global leader of a group named the Citizens Commission on Human Rights, or the CCHR. It's based in California. It was set up by Scientology to...
I mean, do you guys see these videos? It's like, who literally puts that on a video? Because again, these were the videos being used on us, the children, that couldn't be more naive, that couldn't have been more gullible, that couldn't have been more, oh, okay, well, I guess y'all are saying it. I guess y'all are very confident that this is what's going to happen, because these were the images used to terrorize us from ever ending up anywhere near a mandated reporter. This is what we were told was going to happen to us. They were going to grab us, they were going to physically abuse us, they were going to literally shove us in a room, they were going to electrify us, they're going to open our brain. That's what they were saying was going to happen to us. And this is what's being shown in a so-called museum. A museum is what they purport to be, this nonprofit that Jan Eastgate was running.
wipe out the practice of psychiatry across the planet.
Psychiatry is a so-called science behind the Holocaust and euthanasia, and that psychiatrists set up the whole euthanasia campaign in the concentration camps. They went into the concentration camps and they set it up and they decided who was going to be killed.
Isn't that great, you guys, that this woman is, again, calling everything about concentration camps? Jan literal escape. You were setting up gaslighting concentration camps for underage children. So before you go running your mouth, blabbing about this, blabbing about that, to purport that you're very like, oh yeah, I really want to help the human rights, go look at your own past, woman. You were gaslighting children inside of your disgusting hotel establishments. You were literally telling them to lie. You were literally grooming them to believe that it was them that had taken part in the situationship with that adult, in the so-called out to eat. So imagine that this woman is really going with, oh yeah, we really care about the Holocaust. Like, this woman is setting up modern day child trafficking concentration camps, and with a straight face is talking about, well, let's look at all the problems over there. Oh, look what they're doing over there. The psychiatrists are responsible for everything. Well, you're responsible for all the child trafficking. How about that? You and your little buddy Mike Rinder, and your little buddy Marty Rathbun, and your little buddy Shelly Miscavige, and your little buddy David Miscavige, and your little buddy Angie Trent, and your little buddy Supishay Gentry, and your little buddy Debbie Cook, and your little buddy Sean Carino Smith, and your little buddy Heather Hoff, and your little buddy, I mean, who else? How many more adults do we need to name that we're doing this as a job, as a so-called job? Holding positions of power, grabbing minors and subjecting them to this with full impunity, with full knowing, with full video recording it, with full video transcribing it, with knowing exact time, place, and event of when a criminal act took place in one of their hotels and commercial buildings. So in what world are we getting all of this wishy-washiness from this woman about, oh yeah, the concentration camps of the psychiatrists, you guys, we really want to stand up for that.
Beautiful punches there by Jones. And he is back up to his
In the late 1980s, Jan Eastgate was a key campaigner against the abuses carried out at Sydney's notorious Chelmsford Psychiatric Hospital.
The Chelmsford patients have used us as their voice, and I guess that's why we've been so persistent.
A 1990 Royal Commission found 24 deaths at Chelmsford were preventable. The patients were given a cocktail of drugs and electroshock treatment. In 1988, Jan Eastgate was recognised by Scientology, awarded its highest honour, the Freedom Medal. John Travolta got his Freedom Medal in 1991.
Well, and there you go, you guys. So what happened? They outed those wrongful deaths from happening. The investigation was conducted and that place was shut down.
All right, well, 1 minute of end swell can only do so much. Let us look back at some of the damage.
But when it comes to children being abused inside of Scientology hotels and commercial buildings, all we ever get is better luck next lifetime. Because the laws won't get applied. Because the bunch of platitudes that Australia uses to purport is a civilized country when they were the first country to provide the legal infrastructure, the legal precedent for all other courts around the world to go with the pitch that this criminal ring of child traffickers and child abusers that purport that they're really practicing what? The rhetoric of a convicted runaway felon who was literally running away with Shelly Miscavige there at 12 years old as if she wasn't a child trafficking victim herself.
All right, side control now.
So in what world were the rants and ravings of a convicted felon written on a piece of paper going to really act in a way to circumvent the toothless, pathetic laws that the Australian government purports to have on the books? Because Australia, just like the United States, are countries that are running a full-blown state-sponsored child trafficking operation. And these guys that, oh yeah, let's get everyone to, well, believe whatever. We're not going to really intervene. Well, you know what? Intervene already. Because you know what? The children being brought in to the grips of those beliefs is who is in trouble. Not these grown adults that everybody wants to keep saving. Oh my God, let's release John Travolta. He's been funding this. As a grown adult, you got involved into this when you were an adult, you have criminal liability. You have all the liabilities of all the choices, decisions, and everything else that L. Ron Hubbard literally sold you to be doing. So, but if you're a grown-ass adult, then you know what? You are responsible, no one else. And again, this man with a special needs child, I mean, we're not even going to get into the medical malpractice that they were doing with his own son.
In 2005, Tom...
Oh yeah, but let's keep giving these deadbeat fathers awards. Nothing like giving them an award. Imagine this. This really sinks in. Scientology already knew that Jan Eastgate was the one apt to go and tell that child to lie to the police. She was put on that mission. That's how these people work. Their crisis management operation is: step 1, get Jan Eastgate briefed. Step 2, show her the definition of ethics. Step 3, set up a meeting with the father and the mother to tell them that, you know, the child is, you know, tutti flowing an adult and now ended up also in an ethics condition. Step 4, go to the house and handle the parents and the child, to blame it on the child. Step 5, set up an appointment with the police. Step 6, make sure that the child really was groomed to lie their ass off. Make sure that they're very, very fearful of saying Scientology. Make sure they're very fearful that, you know, God forbid they end up in psychiatrists' hands as a result of speaking for themselves. So just keep that in mind. Who's gotten a big medal of whatever? John Travolta, Jan Eastgate, and Tom Cruise. So yeah, wow, amazing examples here of humanity. What we're seeing right here.
Cruise got his.
I think you know that I am there for you.
Between the age of about 7 to 11, he was molesting me.
Carmen Rayner last year detailed her allegations on the ABC's Late Line program and here on Today Tonight.
They've called the police on us, Carmen.
What? I mean, look at that, you guys. Scientology calling the police on the victim that called them out for having gone to them. This is a child that went to them, that told them, this is what's being done to me. This is what's happening. I don't like it. This feels weird. This is odd. How many of us didn't even have that possibility? How many of us blamed ourselves for having been put in that position? How many of us kids bought the pitch from these disgusting, depraved adults that sat there with a straight face telling us how you're out ethics, you are tutti flowing, you must have done something like this in another life to pull it in? That's how easy it is to convince a child that they did do something wrong for themselves. That's how fast it works. That's why these predators loved this age bracket. That's why no Scientology parent is a safe terminal for any of these kids. With the range ideas like that being pitched with a straight face, with everyone being in on it. We keep getting this from the Scientology parents. Well, you know what? I left, and no, you were there 30 years. You were a Scientology parent. How did it happen that hundreds of kids ended up ensnared in these hotels? Who brought the kids? If you're a Scientology parent, put yourself in that bucket. Put yourself in that category. You exposed your child. You ensnared them. You were full knowing how depraved it was, how hardcore those hotels would get. But apparently none of you have a shred of problem with it, because the year 2024 shows that there is literal nothing to repudiate about what in the hell they all contributed to. Because they keep wanting to say, well, it's David Miscavige that really ruined the party. Well, you know what? Breaking news, Scientology parents. It wasn't David Miscavige. It was y'all. Who provided kids to David Miscavige? Who? David Miscavige has no kids. So who provided him and the rest of his disgusting cohorts, Scientology so-called executives, thirsty for children, thirsty for minors, thirsty for having underage slaves, thirsty AF? And who provided them? How did children get involved? If there's no parents, there's no children.
Why didn't they call them back when I was 11?
What do you mean?
Well, why didn't they call them and tell the police to arrest the pedophile when I was 11?
Good question. Why didn't Scientology call the police? Why hasn't Scientology called the police every time they have asked that question? Have you committed a felony for which you have not been arrested? And why has Scientology decided not to call the police every single time that answer has been provided to them? Why? Why is there no records at the Clearwater Police of any investigations being done on anything? Why is there no records at the LAPD with nothing being investigated whatsoever? If we, the children, were asking adults if they committed felonies, LAPD idiots, what in the F do you think you were doing? Outsourcing underage kids to what? Do y'all's jobs? Like, we're supposed to get the felonies from these people to float them so you don't have that load at the LAPD to have to deal with that? I mean, it's a serious question for the LAPD and for the Clearwater Police Department and for the Australian pathetic police. For all of y'all, the police, why are minors being literally tapped to do y'all's jobs? Why are minors asking adults if they've committed felonies? Why is this being video recorded? Why is this being transcribed? Why is this happening?
It was 1985. Carmen was just 11 years old. Her mother Phoebe and her stepfather Robert were both Scientologists and raising Carmen as one. At the same time, Robert Kerr was sexually abusing his stepdaughter. In an interview 1 year ago, Carmen alleged the role Jan Eastgate played in the subsequent investigation.
The church got involved then, and then they sent Jan Eastgate over to drill me and tell me what to say to the police and what to say to docs.
Instead of
what to say to the police, what to say to doctors. I mean, again, you guys, we had handlers, we had people who were sent to literally handle us. Handle it. That's what they called it. They used the word handle. Oh, it's all handled. Oh, it's all handled. We have a Scientology handling in place. We're going to do an ethics handling. And once you do an ethics handling, everything is handled. So again, the pathetic LAPD, the pathetic Clearwater Police Department, the pathetic corrupt Australian police that outsources underage children to handle felonies from self-admitted felons. Why was that our job?
It was getting bloody. And
why were we being tapped as underage children to sit there and data mine self-admitted felonies out of adults? Because it would be really great to finally start understanding something that makes a shred of sense. Since, yeah, we're a little pressed that we were 12 when they got it started. Asking those questions. Drill it with a doll, drill it with this, drill it over here. Oh, do the drill, do a drill, and a drill, and a drill, and then just go to the hotel and make sure you get paid, make sure you have an invoice, make sure they paid the $500 an hour
Thank you very much indeed.
For your time.
Performance from this kickboxer here tonight. He suggested in our
That's how we were prostituted as children. That is how it happened. So for all the idiots that are still so stupid that they don't get it, let's clarify it just that simple. Why are adults buying 12.5-hour blocks of time with underage children inside of Scientology hotels and commercial buildings? Why is that happening?
Going to the police, Carmen's mother turned to Scientology and Jan Eastgate for help.
Just say no. Don't say yes, because otherwise you will be taken away from your parents and you'll never see your family again.
Carmen alleges the reason Jan Eastgate allegedly coached her to lie to the police was to protect the Church of Scientology from any embarrassment. Earlier,
I mean, again, you guys said, what's that? It's going to be so embarrassing. It's going to be so bad. God forbid the technology of L. Ron Hubbard is jeopardized, because we really need a technology from L. Ron Hubbard to really save our world. So by all means, Scientology parents, start typing up how that makes a shred of literal sense. Why were children's innocence exploited, sacrificed at the altar of your delusion? Why did that happen, Scientology parents? Why did that happen ad nauseum? Why did that happen systemically? Why was that institutionalized? Why are you all implicated in the same literal crime, in the same type of felony? Why are you all ensnared in that trafficking ring where you provided your children to be abused? Where you saw no red flags, even though you were in on the operation, you were in having eyeballs inside of the hotel. You were exposing yourself to audits. You were exposing yourself to ethics handlings. You were exposing yourself to the grooming courses. So in what world are you going to really sit there and pitch that you have, oh, I had no idea that that happened. Oh, I didn't know that was done.
today, we contacted Jan Eastgate through her lawyer to offer her the chance to respond to this story. So far, we've heard nothing back. We also contacted the Citizens Commission on Human Rights and the Church of Scientology. Again, so far, no response.
Yeah, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? There's nothing to say. They do this to all the kids. But the corporate media loves missing the withhold of these people, because they have no idea how to investigate, because they have no idea how to pull strings, because they don't give an F. Imagine these lazy reporters, all they do is, okay, get a camera over here, makeup, okay, great, makeup, okay, great, so what happened to you? Okay, great, okay, let me go talk to Scientology, okay, 1 second. So, they say that, okay, alright guys, that's it, that's enough. Our advertisers are gonna pay us a lot of money. Breaking news, you guys, one person told us one thing over here, and this person said that it didn't happen. Have a great day, and yay. That's the investigations that you can literally expect from the grifting, pathetic, trying to enrich themselves, having no backbone, having no spinal cord, having no eyeballs, having no brain cells apparently available to, you know, again, pull the string. Why? Why is an 11-year-old claiming that this high-ranking executive that is literally running the Citizen Commissions of Human Rights? In what world is the head of the Citizen Commissions of Human Rights sitting down with an 11-year-old child to tell them to lie to the police because they don't want to embarrass themselves? Just really ask yourselves that.
The man who abused Carmen, her stepfather, Robert Kerr, turned himself in to police in 1999. Carmen Rayner.
Well, and there you go, you guys. The literal abuser turned himself into the police. Just so you guys really start to understand the pattern of corruption. From prosecutors, from police officers, from Australia's corrupt of corrupt. Because let's not forget, all of these charges were dropped. Magically. Oh, we had a technicality problem. Never mind. Better luck next lifetime. Janiska, you're free to go. Bye-bye. Let's not forget that was the outcome of how this so-called investigation happened. So here you have the literal perpetrator turn themselves in to the police.
And then really exposing.
Not pull a string. We cannot find out if other kids are actually in harm's way. Because, oh, that would just be too hard. Too hard for prosecutors in Australia to do a shred of heavy lifting. They expect the children that are child trafficked and snared in despicable, disgusting conditions to, you know, carry the weight. Because that would be a great idea for all children in America and Australia to keep carrying that weight, because the prosecutors in these countries don't give a literal F. You can rot, you can sit there, you can continue asking people if they've committed felonies for which they haven't been arrested, because you know what? You're actually doing them a solid. The more felonies that get laundered inside Scientology hotels, the less the prosecutors have to carry their weight in the real cities, where they purport to literally be all about the law and order, except to enforce a shred of law. Because, bingo, you guessed it. The same thing that happened here happened over here with Miriam Francis, another Australian kid that was being abused by her literal father, who was literally caught on tape admitting to what he did. But no, there is no case that will get built, because kids are being expected to rot in their literal hell, which is what these courts of these countries have upheld. It's a very religious environment, all the while playing dumb under this pretense that, oh, God forbid we look at a religious text and evaluate it for ourselves. You idiots. How stupid can all of you be? How gullible and naive and dumb can you all be? At once. All at once. I mean, imagine all of them are stupid, idiotic, have no critical thinking skills, cannot actually pull a string and find the fact. It's like, oh, damn, L. Ron Hubbard wrote here that you could do what with a child?
To prepare for, because he moves like a little guy. And certainly in a fighter meeting with God this week,
religious, can't have an opinion, can't think about it, because, so yeah, separation of church and state. So yeah, if you want to run a full-blown child trafficking racketeering hotel scheme, then start going to the IRS and start applying for that license, because guess what? It will gain you all the insulation you need. In any country, like try it, just open up a whole worldwide operation. Go to any country you want. Because there's already precedent, legal precedent from all these countries falling like dominoes, like complete idiots. Oh, well, Australia did it? Okay, well, I guess it really is a legal precedent.
Now, has always maintained one reason she spoke out was to encourage others to tell their story. A call echoed by federal independent Senator Nick Xenophon.
Given what has occurred, the only fair thing to say is that if anyone has information about this case or any other matters, they should go to the police and give a statement so that the police have all the available information.
Imagine how badly this statement of a platitude has aged in the year 2024. Imagine that plenty of us have already gone to the police. Plenty of us have already put the statement in. Plenty of us have already spoken out, only to be met with nothing. Only to be met with excuses, only to be met with BS, bogus technicalities about, oh, well, you know, we really should have figured it out when it was happening to you, because that's very consistent with how trauma is processed in the brain of kids, which is when this abuse was being done to us. So imagine that is all we ever get. Oh, yeah, but you know what? Better luck next lifetime. Next lifetime, really, like, really go and try, you know, to have better luck, because you know what? It'll be great. So here we go back to reacting to Mike Rinder. How this all ties up to Mike Rinder is because they're going to literally go over this case. So let's see what he says.
There is a dreadful irony in private organisation. Representing human rights and persuading a girl to withdraw an accurate report.
I mean, again, Mike Rinder, ha ha ha. This is not funny. It's very, very not funny whatsoever. Citizen Commission of Human Rights. You know damn well what that organization is and does.
Carmen's stepfather has since confessed, been convicted.
All right, so here's Sudokan in terms of the speed and the footwork and the overall mixed martial arts acumen. This man is as good as it gets.
What has been suggested by Miriam
champion, and he's just getting going, right? It's scary to think how good he is, given that largely he is still a developing fighter and has only really been training full-time in MMA for 4 or 5 years.
Manual Janis worked from to convince
big knee there.
And I mean, you guys, just take a look at his body literal language, because I think it's everything.
Looks like it's cut. Yes, it is. Starting to bleed a little bit now.
Let's also say that the Australian Royal Commission took evidence from Carmen, found up evidence, substantial, some authorities gave absolutely nothing compensation, any admission in covering himself. Janisgate walked away from prosecution because the law under which he was being prosecuted did not exist in 1985. That's the only reason. We have done a trawl of the documents. I have talked with Carmen Rayner. There is no document. There's still somebody looking through documents. But as yet, your name is not mentioned in
he lands another combination here, really starting to get into a strike.
Stringing them
together. My understanding is, and again, Miriam has said, told me that in 1985, this time, you were an L-level person of public relations officer who did not run the case involving special. Yeah.
He rocked him, he hurt him bad. He just find that one shot to close the door. Could not shut the lights off.
Okay, you guys. So this is important because
single collar tie here. Cormier's eye is closing up.
Mike Rinder knows he did not run the Office of Special Affairs, but let's just go to Wikipedia. The Office of Special Affairs, formerly the Guardian's Office, is a department of the Church of Scientology International. According to Scientology, OSA is responsible for directing legal affairs, public relations, Mike Rinder. Public relations go hand in hand. You've always been that bitch. You've always been the one that was handling the public relations. According to what? What could flap the most? What could be the biggest problem in the literal world? So yes, sometimes you literally held that hat where you were literally the point person directing the crisis management.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but there's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
Crisis management are us. It's all y'all did, and that's when you have no possible deniability. Because in order to handle a crisis, guess what you need? Data. In order to handle the crisis, guess what you need? Access to the information that was being fed to your office. And given the fact that your office was the top tier, highest level of having to handle PR flaps.
Oh, now gets an underhook to get a more dominant position. What a great sequence by him.
Let's see if you really say that you were part of it or not.
Targeting that already damaged shoulder.
Part of the handling of this.
The Office of Special Affairs or any of the committees. She has come back and said, well, in your book you say that you now in public personal mobilisation back in 1990, as if that somehow contradicts the possibility of you having had a job from over time. So
no, Johnny.
Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far.
It's not that. What you don't get is that if you are in the LRH PPRO office, you are doing OSA's dirty work. You're laundering the image of the flap. You're covering it up. You're scheming and scamming and figuring out step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on how a literal flap, as they called it, that was a code name. Oh, this is a flap. And if it was this magnitude, then it would be called a hill 10. So they had all manner of code names. Oh, this is a big hill 10. Send it to the LRH PPRO network to advise on how to handle this flap hill 10 that we have here, because we want to make sure that our seniors know exactly what's going on. Because if you don't tell your seniors what in the hell's going on, and they find out about it, and then they find out that you were withholding this, they will have your literal head on a pike. So whether he was OSA or LRH PPRO is the same shit with a different air freshener.
Let's just put the question directly. Did you have any involvement in the common reign?
It was right hand after right hand after right hand.
Absolutely
Finally, he
I
found the
knew
one that hit the
nothing
exact
about that
sweet
case,
spot that ended his opponent's night.
Oh my Grinder, you literally are giving Prince Andrew vibes right about now. Oh no, absolutely not. I didn't know anything. I knew about this case.
Has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 11 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the
So
winner
did everyone
by
else. When this happened, it was a flap. When this happened, word was spread about it.
So the celebration
But
is
you
on with
always
him and his team,
know
and rightfully
nothing.
Monumental
And again,
result tonight as he
it's
gets
literally how you
He
literally
spoke it
deny it
into
that's giving
existence. He
off
said
the
over
Prince
and over
Andrew
to anyone
vibes
that'll
right now.
listen,
Let's look at
I
it
am
again,
going
how
to
he
knock
denies it,
this
you
man
guys.
out. He
And
did
look
it
at his
in
body
an
language,
even more impressive
by all
fashion
means.
than he ever could have imagined.
Absolutely none. I knew nothing about that case, and
Absolutely not. You knew nothing about that case, Mike Rinder? Nothing? Nothing. Like zero. Like, why were you so looped out? What happened that you were so out of the loop? Because, this was a big deal. Every time a child had an out duty inside of those hotels, it was made a big deal. Crisis managers that you all were. Your record speaks for itself, Mike Rinder. How many children were essayed inside of those hotels relative to how many children have had a shred of justice? Oh, look, record shows nothing. Not a single one child has gotten a shred of justice. So what type of crisis management operation were you really running to ensure that not a one
this is a part of the problem that arises, and why I made a comment about, it's virtually impossible to prove a negative, because people will say, well, you were the head of the Office of Special Affairs, so you obviously must have known what was going on. And those people actually don't understand how things work in the Sea Organization, but more particularly even in the Office of Special Affairs, and more particularly in the world of David Miscavige.
Oh, yes, my Grinder. You're just so misunderstood by people that don't know how it works. Because it can work in what type of literal way? There was an OSA report written every Thursday, my Grinder. That OSA report included for the person to write down were there any flaps or legal problems that came up this week. Typing, this happened with this child, this happened with this other child, this happened with this minor here, this happened with that other minor there. In what world are you running? Let's go back to Wikipedia. Let's literally go back to this. Because it says some observers have characterized the department as an intelligence agency, comparing it variously to the CIA or the KGB. In what world are you the top dog of a KGB-like operation and you are being kept in the... Because that would be a much more interesting question for you to literally answer right about now. Because again, your little pyramid, KGB, Herbalife, wannabe multi-level marketing, wannabe saving a world, wannabe 501c, wannabe child trafficking ring, at that structure where everything is being filtered upwards. And guess what determines if it got to you or not? How big of a flap it could be. How much of a legal potential liability that flap had. But apparently, you always were looped out of all the flaps to do with kids. Because what? You weren't aware that that was a legal problem?
You ready to fight?
How were you so looped out, my Grinder? How were you so in the dark? How were you so clueless? How were you so willfully playing dumb today? Go fronting. Stop fronting. Stop tapping.
I knew nothing about
nice job by him there to move into half guard. Not much resistance from the bottom front.
He's just too good.
I mean, again, you knew nothing?
John gets up. He is back
like,
on the feet here.
Oh, he's got his back.
You knew nothing. You didn't even know she existed. Literally just didn't even understand. Like, you were shocked when you saw this. This is the first time you ever hear about it. Because what? You're relying on the corporate media to come tell you what your flaps are? You, Mike Winder, are relying on the corporate media to come and inform you and loop you in. This is really how it works. Your relationships, your cozy relationships that you have with the media allow you to do what exactly, Mike Winder?
Thankfully, he's a lot tougher than I am.
The activities that now the source of the potential prosecution of Miriam's stuff. They just were not things that ever came across my
ever. Were not things that ever came to your plate. I mean, in what world are you handling the PR of these people? In what world are you the literal L. Ron Hubbard personal relations officer? Then you were the WBC OSA. Did you forget that when you were put in that position, Mike Rinder, you had a whole entire gamut of juniors underneath you, and that you were responsible for your juniors as the top dog of the operation?
This is where you want to be now because you
or are you just forgetting that? Is that just like glitching in your head? Because it's giving Prince Andrew convenient senilism. Like, you're literally playing senile now. Oh, nothing like that ever came across my desk, ever. Nothing like that. Imagine we already have the receipts that shit like that came to your desk. All the time.
He's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape. He's just trying to move out.
Imagine you already have in your own documents your part on the oversight that you played over that actor that was also found to be doing gross criminal things with underage kids. And in that case, you were looped in. So isn't that great? You sometimes get looped in and then sometimes don't get looped in, and you just conveniently get looped in whatever way you need to be looped in. Well, unfortunately for you, that's not how the looping in happened inside of those hotels, Mike Winder. And we would know, those of us that would know how it runs. So you can stop pretending that everyone is so ignorant and dumb on the outside because they don't know how it works and it's just so sophisticated. Y'all were the cheapest, most disgusting, most corrupt, most doing it all on purpose, most documenting it all with a comma and a T and everything. And that's what your problem is. The problem is that you documented it. The problem is that you were expecting reports to be written to you about the situation. Your problem is that you were ordering people to video record it. Your problem is that you were selling programs to float it away. That's your problem. Your problem is not that you weren't looped in. Your problem is you were looped in up to your neck and ears. And now you're there pathetically lying your ass off because I guess it's very inconvenient for you to realize this now in hindsight. In hindsight, you're like, well, you know what? I don't want to know. I have no idea. No idea about nothing.
People say, well, I get an invite to the app. You know, there's all these reports that get written in the Office of Special Affairs.
There's all the reports that you literally leaked on yourself about you already doing stuff like this with people. And yes, we don't have your entire collection, Mike Winder. Imagine that Scientology does. Imagine the leverage Scientology has on you, Mike Winder.
All right, Bruce Buffer has the
Imagine that all your writings, all your handlings, all your directives, all you doing criminal activities with them, they do have that inside of those hotels.
You know, Scientology is
well, there he is, the man of the hour. And you got to think this dude's going to get a serious Instagram push tonight after the win by TK.
Oh, he's going to get a massive push because he hurt his opponent and he pressed his foot down on the gas until he got that finish. That was amazing.
Yuck. You don't even know what to say. You're just blabbing and grabbing words to make you sound intellectually dishonest, I guess. I mean, it's giving intellectual dishonesty conglomerate of a lot of... Scientology is a bunch of disgusting hotels and commercial buildings where you and the rest of your cohorts, adults, full-grown adults that you all were, went around recruiting minors and ensnaring them in what you all thought was really going to save a world. Well, breaking news to you, you were never saving a world by enslaving kids. You were never saving a world, Mike Winder, by perverting justice. You don't save a world like that. So if that wasn't clear to you, let's make sure that's clear to you now so that you don't just play dumb and play dense.
And there are a lot of people and a lot of situations and problems that arise with Scientology every single day. I mean, they've got problems. You know, there's all these reports that get written and stuff.
Well, that was a cut from them, so imagine what type of cut they did. So, yeah, Mike Winder continued to try to make this look so confusing. You know, there's a lot of problems there all the time. Problems everywhere. Yeah, but you know what we did with those problems, Mike Winder? You know what we did with those problems, Mike Rinder? We were video recording it. You know what else we did with those problems, Mike Rinder? They were getting transcribed. So yes, it was a full-blown data mining operation. It was KGB on crack and steroids. So as much as a lot of stuff was going on, a lot of stuff was getting reported to y'all.
And we expect a lot of high-level action inside that octagon here tonight. Don gets caught with that punch.
Scientology is an immense
conglomeration. Is that even a word, you guys? Conglomeration. Imagine trying to call a child trafficking cartel a conglomeration.
People and organizations all over the world, and there are a lot of people there, and a lot of situations and problems that arise with Scientology every single day. I mean, they've got problems everywhere, all the time. And
yeah, but they have problems everywhere all the time, but get put in little different categories. Hill 10s at the top of the list. Collapse, second. Situations, third. Outpoints, fourth.
Gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the
So
opponent really
in what world was essaying a kid
but for the winner, this is certainly
not a Hill 10 situation where everybody's being looped out because nobody wants to know anything? Because why? Because the public record is going to show us that y'all were so careless with it that so many kids got justice because nobody was checking on it. I mean, you literally, the headline is Jan Eastgate was caught literally grooming a child to lie. And again, this wasn't just Jan Eastgate. This is standard operating procedure inside of the hotels. Who else did that? Oh yeah, Miranda Scoggins, another ethics officer at a celebrity center that did the same thing with the Jane Does when they went and reported their shit. Who else did that? Oh yeah, Julian Schwartz, another ethics terminal that was literally the broker of felonies for these people. So in what world are you really saying that nothing is handled and everything is so confusing? Scientology is everything but confusing. Everything is written down. Everything has process. Everything has dates. Everything is video recorded. Everything is transcribed. Where is your plausible deniability, Mike Rinder? You were there for decades.
To think that one person could know about and be involved in directing all of these activities everywhere in the world is pretty.
It's a fact. That's who you were. That's how it works in intelligence. So you have all your intelligence assets under here in the pyramid scheme, and guess what they do every day? Send you info. Send the info. Where's the info being sent? It's not just being sent randomly to just anybody. It's being sent to who, Mike Rinder? To you. To the Director of Inspections and Reports. To Debbie Cook, Captain of the Flag Service Organization. The Senior INR. The Security Chief. The Chief Staff MAA. The Chief Public MAA. The Chief Student MAA. The Deputy Inspectors of Reports. The HCO Chief. The HAS. How many more names do we need to name you so that you start to refresh your memory on just about how many people were reporting shit to you? Floating all the way up to the top. Watchdog Committee, as if your literal name was not Watchdog.
No, this is not ideal. Because
and you did that job for decades. So where is your... You didn't know anything, and you had no idea about anything. So what in the hell did you do all day then?
Far-fetched. It just didn't happen like that. And
far-fetched is your lies, Mike Rinder. Because it exactly happened like that. Were criminal acts not video recorded in sessions? Were criminal acts not video recorded in A2J interviews where people were being asked, have you committed a felony for which you have not been arrested? So where do you think I would send that information when I would get an admission from someone coming to get serviced at Debbie Cook's hotel? Send it to OSA. Send it to OSA. Send all the info. Make sure you type it. Make sure you write it. Make sure you get the time, the place, the form, and the event. Make sure you pull all details. If you missed anything, we will have your head on a literal pike. So make sure you really don't miss anything by the time you report this to us at OSA.
You know, that I've had people, even journalists, like the wonderful Peter Reichelt, who has written some amazing stories in Germany about Gottfried Hellwein and other things. And he reaches out to me routinely and says, Mike, can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about that? I'm like, Peter, I'm sorry. I just didn't know anything about that. Well, how could you not have known about Gottfried Hellwein and this politician in Austria that he was trying to you know, he had a meeting with him and this and that? I'm like, I'm sorry. That just, when that...
All right. So, yes, maybe you didn't know anything about Austria, but you know what was different about that little thing that you didn't know, Mike Rinder, is that it didn't happen at a service org.
Ready.
So fine, maybe you weren't so much into the president lines. Gottfried Hellwein was floating around in Austria and doing whatever in the hell he was doing. Fine, maybe you didn't know about Gottfried Hellwein in Austria. But kids that were in the Sea Org, that were essayed, kids that were public, that were essayed, what type of handlings were put in place by you and the rest of your co-conspirators to block off the information, to pervert justice, to purport that y'all had a way to really fix it with a technology that you were selling inside of those hotels. So by all means, give us another false platitude of denial that has nothing to do with anything. No one's saying that you should know what Gottfried Hellwein was doing in Austria. No one's expecting you to know that.
You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in or two hands out.
I was in Clearwater in the Lisa McPherson case.
There you go. Thank you. You were in the Clearwater Lisa McPherson case. Much bigger flap. So whatever in the hell was going on with Hellwein, yeah. Guy in Austria. Hellwein didn't ever raise any literal red flags. They were a wealthy family of celebrities in Scientology. They were catered to, their every whim. They were treated as if they were royalty. They had handlers all over the place. The president's office was their permanent babysitter. There was not much for you to be doing there. But, you know, you were real busy covering up another literal murder. I mean,
and, you know, Kurt Weiland was dealing with those matters. That wasn't my thing. And
goes upstairs for an elbow.
Kurt Weiland is you, Mike Rinder. Let's just refresh your memory. When you're the head and you have a deputy, guess what the deputy has to do? Keep you in the loop. Part of the power formula. Remember, pink legs. Let the executive know Don't loop out the executive. Keep him in the loop. Keep him groomed. Keep them CC'd. Y'all loved CCing each other. If you look at all of these reports, CC this, CC this, CC this, CC this, CC this. It was part of the BS, like, oh, I'm really writing a big report. Let me CC the world. It was part of their self-importance button that they were being CC'd because they thought, oh, I'm so important to really receive this information right now.
I wasn't even allowed to have any briefings from anybody outside that would, quote, distract me from dealing with police enforcement.
Yeah, but that's the case you always bring up to report that you never had a clue about anything. So imagine if that's really the case, then why in the hell are you not literally then going to the authorities in Florida and saying what you were really actually doing when you were on the Lisa McPherson case? What you and Marty Rathbun were doing? What type of shredding was Laura being made to do to pervert the justice in that case? I mean, imagine being so desperate that you go, oh, I didn't know anything about the minors being essayed because I was too busy covering a murder.
And when I was the Ellery Post Bureau, the one thing that I always did throughout my various different positions in Scientology was when there was major international media, I would be told
there it is again. He's been very efficient with his ground and pound.
Major international media. That's right.
They show
punch after punch, start to land from the top.
Minutes when whatever, like big stuff.
Yeah, we get that you are a power publicist. No one is questioning that, Mike Winder. You're nothing but a publicist. You've been wielding your little publicist powers. You've been wielding all of those connections you made when you were there covering up criminal activity to now launder your image and rehab you back to, yeah, really gonna save another world out here by blabbing, by shoving a ton of altered importance on the airwaves so that everyone gets very confused about what the problem is. By continuing to bring up altered importance things that have nothing to do with kids. Something that you have no conscience about. Or apparently you were so looped out, you never knew anything about any child. It's like, oh my God, you have no idea I was prohibited from getting distracted.
I would be called to do it. But I I was, for that reason, sort of always identified with the external affairs of Scientology.
Oh, here comes your whole pitch about, oh, I was very external, you guys. I have no idea about the insides. Be literal. You don't get to be the top of the watchdog committee and you're completely clueless and looped out as to what is going on in the organizations. Again, every week there was a report written. The Flag Service Organization with all the minors that were essayed that week. Let's just start with that fact right there. So as much as you want to claim that you were so stupid and dumb and external and had no shred of a clue, well, you know what? There was a report done every week. Flaps and handlings. Any possible legal flap? Any possible problem that could run us into any legal problems? Oh, here. Let me type it up. Let me put time, place, form, and event of all the info we've been receiving at the ethics department. HCO FSO send a report to your literal office. CC'd you. That's what it was called. It needs to go up lines. Up lines means that the people at the OSA office here saw it. Then the people at the IXU saw it. Then the people at the OSA da-da-da saw it. And then the blah 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 saw it. And then the da-da-da-da saw it. And then the watchdog committee here. Everything gets sent up lines. So in what world were things not sent up lines now? In your revisionist AF history, where you purport to be a complete bumbling idiot when you're not. You're not a bumbling idiot. You know exactly what you were doing then, and you know exactly what you're doing right now.
Because I was very technically replaced the spokesperson after David Miscavige decided that Peter Jenks was no longer going to be talking about psychology. So even though I may have been the commanding officer of CMO International, or the LRH Press Bureau International, or a book editor, or in the whole, I was always still
outstanding output on both
away
sides.
from whatever it was that I was doing to media. And it makes it appear to everybody or anybody can be turned into the appearance that I was always involved in all the things that were going on in Scientology with respect to the external affairs.
3 minutes now to decide this fight.
Like Linda, let's explain to you again how these organizations work, because it looks like you have complete and utter amnesia.
Big shots here.
And yes, if L. Ron Hubbard wouldn't have trained us as an interrogator when we were 12, yeah, we would have bought your pitch right about now. But let's just really tear it apart with all the outpoints you just blabbed out of your mouth. Really, like, actually put it in simple AF terms.
Arm triangle attempt here.
Nice arm triangle setup.
Organizations do what, audit. All Scientology organizations do what, Mike Rinder? Tailor-made sec checks. All Scientology organizations do literally what, Mike Rinder? Ethics handlings. What happens when you audit, when you sec check, when you do an ethics handlings? What type of reports are literally drawn up after the blackmail is collected, KGB style? Where does that go? Where does that go? Because you're just sitting there thinking that, oh yeah, you know, I was off to wherever in the hell the mainstream media was that was really going to get a quote from you. And then what? You didn't have your in-basket? Remember? In-basket. Didn't you have an in-basket, Mike Rinder? In-basket. It was like this, you guys. You have an in-basket, pending basket, and out-basket. And this is why all of these executives got so many reports. You see? Because all it took is for someone to say, CC Mike Rinder, and then the internal communication system that they developed for themselves to make sure that the FBI never tapped it and to make sure nobody grabbed any of the highly incriminating information that were passing around between themselves, turns out. I mean, we never understood why it was like, oh, very confidential, you guys. Everyone was running around pressed about how confidential everything was. Well, yeah, no wonder everything was so confidential. It was all highly illegal AF. All your admissions were on paper.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds,
all your criminal stuff was being reported to all of you. Not just you, Mike Rinder. Not just you. Kristen Catano, too. Kathy True, yes. Debbie Cook, yes. Marty Rathbun, yes. Claire Headley, yes. Tupishay Gentry, yes. Angie Trent, yes. Jenny DeVocht, also. I mean, the CCs would go for like this, you guys. CC this one, CC that one, CC this one, CC this, and these are reports that you're getting from public. These are reports you're getting from staff. These are reports you're getting always at all times in your in-basket. So all of this was, regardless of if you were flying, you still had to come back and do your in-basket. So imagine that, yes, you're literally relying on the fact that no one knows what in the hell an in-basket is. Nobody knows how literally crazy you all were about, oh, the in-basket really needs to be handled, and it's one of the things that an executive does, goes through his whole entire in-basket, all of these dispatches, you have to like write it down, initial it, circle it, answer it.
That just isn't the case. And, you know,
that is totally the case.
When you were talking about Miriam, the one thing that I had done with respect to Miriam that I felt so terrible about was I was the person that brought Miriam's mother to the United States.
Thank you. So you are the child trafficker. So at least you admit to one thing, finally, Mike Rinder. You, Mike Rinder, are Miriam's Debbie Cook. You're the one that ensnared the mother to be brought here. You're the one that did that. Debbie Cook did that to me. You didn't do it. Debbie Cook did. So we all have our own personal story of our own personal child trafficker. So you should be feeling really bad about that because none of this would have happened to her had you not done that. Child trafficking a child across from another country, that's already a criminal act. Well, check that up in the law. Go Google it. Check out statutes of limitation for child trafficking underage kids and see the type of statutes of limitation on that type of criminal act.
Wrestling's the best base for mixed martial
I
arts.
brought her because she was
I brought her because shut the F up. Who cares why you brought her?
This is exactly what's going to happen. This
Who
wrestler's going to
literally cares?
The kicks are going to get caught. He's going to find ways to get this guy down and try to overwhelm him. That's exactly what he's doing.
Well-known and lauded portrait artist. She's a fine artist, painter. And I was charged with the job of updating what is Scientology
and doing L. Ron Hubbard's what? PR. Who's laundering the image of L. Ron Hubbard? Who's laundering the image of what y'all are doing inside of the disgusting, despicable hotel? You are. And Miriam's mom, yes, she could draw. Yes, she could do that. She was no special artist. She was no, museum acclaimed anything. She was a mother, and she had children that you ripped away from their house. One of those children still stuck in the Sea Org. So thanks to you, the child trafficking is still alive and well. Thanks to you, there's still a child slave ensnared inside of that hotel.
I don't know if you remember, John, in the original What is Scientology book, the paintings of the life of L. Ron Hubbard are laughably amateurish at best. I was looking for a Scientologist who had the skills to be able to do it. And that was why Kerry was brought to the... And I had no idea at the time that she was anything was going on with Kerry's husband. And in fact, Kerry says she didn't even know about it until whenever it is, the infamous affidavit that I supposedly withheld from Miriam.
Supposedly. And the mom didn't know anything about that, Mike Winder. Double check that pitch.
And I felt like really, really bad about that. And when Miriam came to Los Angeles, I apologized profusely to her. And when she started talking to us about what had happened, it was Leah and I that stopped the production. We shut down production and we said to Miriam and the other woman who I won't even name, but the other woman that was on that program, because the two of them were there together talking about their childhood sexual assault experiences. We said, you need to report this. This can't go unreported. And we contacted the LAPD. And we arranged for the detectives to come to the set. And we shut down the set. And
you shut down the set, and you also posted and doxed their entire police investigation on your blog, Winder. So you felt so bad. You literally are the reason that Miriam got child trafficked into the United States. And you felt so bad that you really had to dox her entire police investigation on your stupid, disgusting blog because you really feel really bad. Right? You feel so bad that whatever.
At an enormous cost. Production set with all of the people working on it, that's tens of thousands of dollars being put to the side.
Again, John Atack, total altered importance. Did you not get the part where their entire show was being run on the backs of victims, which they purport they really want to help? So in what world are you bringing, oh, aren't you so nice to have stopped production? I mean, seriously.
And Leah and I, briefed the detectives and then allowed them to do their interview. We briefed them of sort of the history of Scientology, why we were the ones that were calling that.
Imagine you briefing the LAPD on the history of Scientology. If you're anywhere like you are right now, camouflaging everything, pitching everything as an altered importance, whitewashing all of your involvement, putting arm's distance length between everything and you. Did you tell them that you child trafficked her by chance? Did you tell them that you were part of the operation to get her here? Did you also tell them that she didn't have a green card? She didn't have American anything to be working in the United States? Did you also tell them that she wasn't paid as a child? Did you also tell them that, Mike Rinder? Or did you forget to tell them that because, you were very facing outwards and not having a shred of clue about anything?
It's still the detective working this case to this day. I spoke to him, and he said, you know that day is seared in my memory for two reasons. One, it was the first time we had to to a set to interview people
watch for him to set up that hook again here. Whiffs on the elbow.
The first time you ever get called to a set? Are you kidding me, Mike Rinder? Are you literally MF kidding me?
And there it is. There's the hook again.
In what world do you think that the LAPD has never in the history of its entire do you know how many studios exist in this literal city?
To that end, you see the referee has paused the action, likely to call on the doctor. We'll see if this fight can continue, Chan.
Well, it's so noticeable. You gotta check on it. You gotta make sure that this fighter's able to continue. Those two women
taking a close look. Going back to the referee, looks as though he's going to allow the action to continue. Fans like that decision, but for the compromised fighter.
How pathetically condescending can you possibly be? It was enough that we were essayed as kids. It was enough that we blamed ourselves for it. It was enough that we bought all the pitches of how you all twisted it to make it about ourselves, the ones that actually duty flowed, the ones that actually created a violation of the ethics, the ones that actually were very low tone and therefore that. But then to say that you don't know that you're in a. Why were they there? To talk to you about what? What were you discussing in the interview? In what world did I not know? In what world are you trying to be the what? Are you the savior?
And that had it not been for you and Leah, this case would never have even started.
Well, imagine that the case went nowhere. And had it not been for you not doxing the entire police investigation, what type of sabotage are you literally involved in, Mike Literal Rinder?
Ready.
In what world are you, really feeling sorry for having trafficked Miriam and her underage brothers that were so young when you nabbed them? And then you dox her entire police investigation.
No surprise to see Johnny Bones Jones open
with her name, with her address, with everything. Nothing redacted, just the whole entire thing there, the document. Everything. Everything.
Kicks to the body. He's long, 6'4"
because they did not understand what really had happened to them and that they were victims.
Well, imagine that the only possible reason they couldn't have understood what happened then is because you and the rest of your disgusting cronies would have relabeled it oh, it's an epic situation that can get handled. Oh, Miriam, your dad already had a floating needle, so, get over it. But you're the reason that they thought they weren't victims. And imagine the LAPD, yet again, stupid idiots that they are, go to Mike Winder and go, if it wasn't for you calling us to accept.
All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has
his opponent's recovered. Now he's got to feel everything that he's going to bring at him. He should have got the fight finished at that time.
All right, so a nice straight punch there. After he caught the leg, he decides to punch out as opposed to going for any takedown. Pretty good.
Aren't you the heartbroken man? Do you even have a heart? Because you should just double check on that. Based on your entire experience, based on all your adult choices, based on the fact that you were there for decades, watching.
Cronus, you a fucking cheat, bitch. You are actually sad, bro. You a fucking cheating little fucking bitch, dude. You a fucking cheating bitch, dude. For everyone on my channel, this is what Cronus looks like right here, dude. Fucking little cheat boy. Right here, dude. Fucking little cheat boy. Dude, you're gonna get so many reports added to your account, bro. You have no fucking idea how many times I'm gonna report you, bro. About 200-300 fucking times. You fucking loser. You gotta pay a monthly fee and buy the fucking thing on Amazon just to get wins on a fucking video game, bro. End yourself, son. Get a toaster, son. You a fucking loser, boy.
Out of his grave. You, Dave, and disgusting Marty Rathband.
Fucking Cronus Zen. Cronus Zen, you a little bitch. Who's a little bitch? Who's a little bitch? Who's a little bitch? You's a little bitch. Yeah, you are. You's a little bitch. Little cheating bitch. Little cheat bitch.
Alright, so what a round it was for him. Multiple knockdowns. When we sat down with him on Thursday, he said, when I touch guys in this division, they go down. And he
dude, you can get so many fucking reports on your account, dude.
Lightning in his hands. Every time he is landing, he is putting it.
You're headed a.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Wouldn't begin to understand what it feels to be violated as a child, given that you didn't have that experience. So stop bullshitting yourself and telling us that you understand what it feels to be violated as a child. That didn't happen to you. Lucky enough, you were 18 by the time you got abducted to a disgusting hotel.
Big head kick. Oh, he lands a huge knee to the body.
Yes, we were literally S8 at 9, S8 at 12, S8 at 14, S8 at 13, S8 at 15, S8 at 17, S8 at 18. And you will never know what it feels like. Because you were not a child being S8.
Great job.
So that's why you're so
posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Pretending that you know. And pretending that, oh, they're so damaged because of what happened to them. And I really wish that on my... You wouldn't wish that? You had a whole hotel where you were literally laundering that day in and day out. In what world can you speak from every last
good job
orifice
understanding the transitions
of your body? Mike Grinder, because that would be great to really start understanding
3 minutes now to go in round 2.
You can speak from every last side of your mouth
Hammer fist
and
here
pitch
by Almeida.
whatever
Pretty good elbow there from the bottom. Gotta stay active
story
off of your back.
you want to pitch to launder your image.
He's got to be careful here.
And he's able to work his way back to his feet. Well, a really good second round for him thus. Well, you got to think it's only a matter of time.
We just saw
You fucking phony, dude. Imagine having to fucking cheat on a video game, dude. I bet you a fucking virgin, dude.
Our timelines when those violations and felonies took place. You know what we still have access to? That.
Well, the body work starting to take its toll.
You know what has been done about it? Nothing. You know what type of guardrails have been instituted in the disgusting organization that you were part of for decades? None.
2 minutes here to go round 2.
Do you know how much you've repudiated having been doing that to children at an industrial size scale? Nothing. Because apparently, thanks to the LAPD detective, you're some sort of hero. And the first person to ever call the LAPD to a set. I mean,
messed up. You know, it's so difficult to talk about.
Well, she's not. So I don't know why you're lying about that, because she's not messed up. The one that's messed up is you. The one that has no moral compass whatsoever is you, Mike Rinder.
Well, you know he's comfortable fighting off.
The one that is lying through your teeth is you, Mike literal Rinder. You and the rest of your buddies. You and Marty Rathbun. And then
Yo, everyone, you see how he's getting through my fucking transition like that? That's that Cronus. He a fucking cheat, dude. Even if you defend it, he's still getting through on account of him being a fucking phony cheat, dude.
And snare them in a scam. And then you just go, oh, you know what, I'll just wait here on the sidelines. You know, I'll just drink my second Kool-Aid on the sidelines and watch how Mike Rinder really stands up for all of us. We were so abused, you guys. We're so misunderstood.
What's up, you little bitch? Can't defend yourself? You already know what's up. Called your little bitch ass out, boy. You ain't even gotta get on the mic, is you? You a fucking phony, dog.
But he has not defended well, and now he's dealing with that nasty cut. That cut is going to be an issue as the fight goes forward. He's got to change something.
The detective that spoke to me last week and other detective in Australia, they said, even after all this is going on down the rabbit hole and whatever,
shot to the body connects there. He hasn't really thrown too many body strikes in this fight, but now, as this fight goes on,
please don't help. Nobody needs your help.
What are you thinking, like 200-300 fucking reports? That's what I'm thinking right now.
Stay away from all of us. Don't come anywhere near us, Mike Rinder. We wouldn't want to have anything to do with you. You're so disgusting and lying and pathetic and just whatever comes out of your mouth. You don't think you're going to get called out by the kids that saw this? We're not playing a game. Other kids are being abused in the exact same way we got abused. As we speak, Mike Rinder, that's why it matters. I know that might not register to you, but that's the only reason that it matters. That more SA of children continues to be covered up by y'all. You walked out of a hotel and did what? Talk to all your BS buddies in the media that did you a solid to launder your image.
That is what's necessary, because I believe that this man should be prosecuted and must be prosecuted, and that it is for the good not only of Miriam, but every other potential victim that may be out there. I don't know. I'm rambling now, John, so I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, you are rambling. because Miriam's dad literally admitted that on the phone, Mike Rinder. Miriam's dad literally said what he did on a phone call. That's a lot more than can be said about you. You haven't admitted to shit. Every time you open your mouth is to purport that you want to help, but you're helping nobody but yourself. That's your go-to. That's your MO. That's all that's on the public record that can literally be seen. I mean, any idiot should be able to connect that dot. But apparently there is a crisis, you guys. Breaking news, there's a crisis of critical thinking skills in attorneys and in reporters. Imagine that. There's a crisis of critical thinking skills by detectives, by the Clearwater Police, by the LAPD. None of them seem to have a shred of critical thinking skills, cannot pull a single string, cannot figure out anything. They're so confused. They've been told this is very religious, and you know what? They can't do anything about it because it's very religious what in the hell goes on in those hotels. Is it, though?
It's absolutely pertinent. Everything you've said is and there is a lot in there to walk back to the start of the statement of why didn't you know? Well, there are hundreds of Scientology organizations, and there is this, after the fall of the Guardian's harassment position, perverts data collection. What a lovely title it is.
Data collection. Look at Mike Rinder's Buddha mode. Smiling after he gets told data collection. I mean, literally, what are you? Didn't you just tell us, Mike Rinder, that you didn't know anything and that you couldn't have been more clueless? I mean, this is what we're talking about. This is literally what we're talking about, you guys. This is the Jan Eastgate denial from Mike Rinder that is smelling like a rat. I mean, allegedly he had no clue. Allegedly he got no reports. Allegedly he had no access to a shred of file. Allegedly there was no video recording. Allegedly there was no ethics cycle. Allegedly there was nothing that Scientology is when it came to covering up that crime. So yes, we're pushing back on that ridiculous BS, Mike Rinder, because it's giving that, you know, you must have known. You must have known something. You must have known about more kids. Where is your advocacy for kids that are stuck inside of that hotel as we speak? Where is you really calling yourself out for all the disgusting things that you normalize on an industrial size scale? Because you're not coming clean. Your needle is dirty as fuck. And every single day, we're going to continue to advocate for all the kids that have been ensnared inside those disgusting hotels. We would know we were ensnared ourselves as kids. Imagine at my age right now, you were still there doing all this criminal activity. Imagine at my age right now, you were still 7 years away from ever leaving, because then you were going to be put on a trailer by a midget, and then that was going to make you really get pressed. I'm a bit behind, but I thought Rinder exited that group and was fighting against all of that, in addition to him admitting he did wrongs too. Yes, a mess, but you know what? He keeps admitting to all manner of Q-rated wrongs that he did do. And he keeps playing convenience and nihilism for all the criminal acts committed against children. His advocacy for children has been abysmal.
You ready to fight? Ready.
So it matters what you're coming clean on. If all he's calling out is, oh, fair game, you guys, adults and adults are having a real hard time, then that's going to get called out. It's the year 2024. There's no guardrails set up to protect a shred of child inside of those hotels. And if you look at the advocacy that this man has put out there, it doesn't raise a single red flag. in terms of protections to children. So yes, it's not good enough. Whatever in the hell he says he came clean on, well, you know what? He wasn't coming clean on this other entire thing. And since they did train us as children to investigate and to pull strings, here we are pulling the strings that no one is bothering to pull. Because everyone's going with the pitch of whatever Papa Smurf said with his little smiley face and all this horrible body language that shows he doesn't give an F about what we were put through. And he'll just literally lie his way through an interview to continue to cleanse his image as if he's not going to get called out. So, yeah. He points a finger at everyone else. All that happened occurred while he was handling the Lisa McPherson scandal. I mean, yeah. I thought the Clearwater Police were on Scientology's payroll. Yeah, Pam, we've shown that receipt, that they do get paid. You know, the receipt where literally contact person, Mike Winder. So, Mike Winder, you were there setting up all of the relationships with the police. Imagine that you are a police whisperer, you are a lawyer whisperer, and you are a media whisperer. And imagine all of these idiots with no critical thinking skills can smell the rat. That is you. Cannot smell all your criminal activity that they're clueless about, and they just eat and regurgitate whatever in the hell you tell them. Literally. They're speaking in stutters, trying to think would be implications if they speak it. Very true. It's very, very stuttery, the whole thing. Why are the Tatans still talking with him? All of the victims need to tell the police to not discuss their case with him. Yeah, because at the time he inserted himself in all the cases. You guys, he's inserted himself in all the legal matters he can get his hands on, purporting he really wants to help. But imagine that there's no evidence that he's actually helping other than himself. So, yeah, I mean, I think going forward, no one should literally be calling on him because watch out.
He's getting really bloody around that eye.
Yeah, now it's just become a big target because his opponent is just seeing the blood and he's just going after it. He has got to move his head before the strike starts coming in his direction.
Round two straight ahead. All right, so the round is over, but not before damage was done. Cut on the cheek, sustained in that round.
That's the vibes. I get like pity instead of remorse. Wild. I mean, literally.
More than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round.
What Greg said.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get
Welcome to Spin Cycle. Exactly. Spin, spin, sugar. It's all we get, you guys. I mean, spin, spin, spin. I'm not sure that the billionaire contract has been tested in the courts. It seems completely unenforceable along with the freeloader debt. I don't think anybody's attacking. Yeah.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Round two is underway. The knee is blocked there. Nice defense by Little Green.
This is what you were saying, Little Green. Scientology is akin to private assisted living facility from a legal perspective. Those billionaire contracts are akin to power of attorney. I mean, yeah, I mean, they have even this like horrific, disgusting conservatorship, illegal conservatorship, because they do take power over every ounce of your life. You're literally a pawn in a scheme. So, yeah, I mean, the courts are going to side with it until the courts don't side with it, because the courts have literal blood on their hands. All of what happened to us as kids has been supported and endorsed by the courts. This is legal malfeasance at its best. You can't have a set of rules that says it's illegal to child traffic kids, and then all of a sudden kids are being trafficked and the courts are finding million ways to, you know, legal schmeagle their way out of it. This is the other thing. I just disagree that we already have laws to address it, like the Jody Hildebrand case. Scientology is different than Jody. Yeah, it is and it isn't, Little Green. I mean, I understand that there are aspects of the Jody Hildebrand situation that are different, but, you know, we were locked up in rooms against our will for hours on end, strapped to a machine that we couldn't even move. We were effectively handcuffed to that machine. We couldn't literally even go to the bathroom until we were allowed. So there's a lot of parallels, and that's what we're calling out, the disgusting role plays and what happens to you when these adults are role playing with you. Because that's what Scientology is. Scientology is those audits. All of Scientology can be summarized into audits. And if in the audits you're being held against your will, that's already a crime. That's already a felony to be held against your will. And no child could have been literally capable of consenting to be role played like that. So it's having to get into the real weeds of what Scientology is in it of itself. And like my point is that there has been a lot of laws that already say it's illegal to take someone's passport, it's illegal to hold someone against their will, it's illegal to, you know, ask children to self-incriminate and pretend that they are part of the abuse cycle of including but not limited to getting raped. I mean, what type of legal religion situation is that? You know, they're on a league of their own, you guys. And yeah, there's very, very specific things to call out. And the more that we understand what is being called out and what's being literally questioned, the better children inside of these disgusting hotels will be able to be like, okay, you know, like people will have to intervene. We need intervention. These people cannot be just left to their own devices if they're abusing kids. That's what's unacceptable. That's what was done with us. Imagine when we were there, nobody was advocating for us. Nobody was saying a shred of a thing. Everybody was confused AF because Mike Rinder was out there being the L. Ron Hubbard PPRO, putting up all manner of disgusting BS to confuse everyone and to make it look like, well, you know, maybe they're onto something. Who are we to judge? Well, you know what? We're to judge the unacceptable systemic trafficking of minors across state lines, across countries, at an industrial size scale.